Hi, I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Rihanna, and welcome back to Fresh Off the Broke.
Fresh Off the Broke is about personal experiences growing up Asian American in a predominantly white community, Asian media, and Asian pop culture in general. Race has always been a sensitive topic. Every day there are debates over race. With our podcast, we intend to shed light on the experiences of first-generation Asian immigrants, not put them on a pedestal.
We understand that race isn't everything, but there should be an acknowledgement of people of color, the knowledge gap, and the racial divide that will ideally be broken. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the episode. Today we are going to be discussing crazy, cheap Asians. Oh my gosh. These intros are killer. Let me just say that.
Do you think we should just record one intro and then use it for every episode?
Honestly, we should.
Would you guys notice?
Honestly, no one watches our podcast, so.
Oh my god. Comment down oh.
Oh. I mean, we did get a comment.
Wrong. Okay. That's true. Before we get into the main part of the episode, I want to say a disclaimer about crazy cheap Asians. So there's this stereotype that goes around about, and also I consider it a double standard, where when Asians want a sale or when Asians like free stuff, everyone's like, oh, of course, Asians are greedy or whatever. But then when someone else, some non-Asian, especially if a white person does it, no one cares.
Sounds like life. Okay.
Ooh. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, it is the stereotype. It's always, oh, these white women are so smart for finding ways to save money, and like Extreme Couponing is a TV show and everyone loves it. But when it's an Asian person, it's, oh, just an Asian person. Why are you being so cheap? Just pay the price, blah, blah, blah. It's like, really?
I know, and the thing is, I'm actually really glad you brought up extreme couponing because this is something that it's not just about saving money. For example, a lot of people make fun of brown people for having large families, but then, on TLC or whatever, they have shows where what is it called? 13 and Counting, something. It was something in Counting.
Oh, yeah. Wait, those people actually.
Also those movies. You know the movie, the one with I don't remember the actor, but it was called something in a dozen.
I probably know what you're talking about, but I don't know.
It's okay. It's not important. But why is it that when people of color breathe, when we do anything, it's wrong, but then it's just a TV show or it's a joke or it's funny when white people do it?
Yeah.
That was a little dark, but I don't care.
Honestly, like, that's just how society works here.
We live in a society.
If it's a minority doing something, then it's not cool. But if it's a white person doing something, then it is cool.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
What was I going to say? I forgot. Oh, well. I mean, culture vulture. They just want to steal everything.
Yeah. It's just like we said in the Asian Heritage Month episode and the Filipino versus Chinese Chinese culture and Filipino culture episode when we were talking about the foxy eye trend.
Yeah. Oh God.
Hey, watch those episodes.
those like that trend boils my blood because it's like, no. No. And then all these models are pulling back their eyes to give a facelift look. It's like, no, you're fully doing the mocking Asian eye.
I know.
Gesture.
Okay, back to the free sample sale thing. So, to people that do not live in North America, actually, they have Costco in China now.
Really?
I know. I'm pretty sure there's only one at the moment, but they opened up a Costco a while ago. And, so if you do not live in a country that has Costco, Costco is basically this wholesale bulk buying kind of
Yeah.
warehouse store.
And you need a membership to shop there.
Yes. And they, I can't speak.
It's okay.
And they're known for having lots of free samples. For example, chips, and sometimes they even have ice cream or pizza. And then if it's
Yep.
pizza, they just cut it up smaller.
Or
But
like
the thing
juice.
is true. They even have sometimes they'll have big companies set up a whole table.
Oh yeah. And they do like demos of their products.
Mhm. Are we advertising Costco right now?
Costco, please sponsor us.
Kirkland for life.
I have Kirkland jeans and they're great. They're my dad's.
Anyway,
Anyways.
the thing is with Costco free samples is it's the same thing as we said earlier about how when Asians want free samples, they're considered cheap, but then when white people want free samples, it's considered saving money. Wow.
Yeah.
Because I've on multiple occasions I've lined up for a free sample, or maybe I just walked by and I was like, oh, I want to try that. And then there might be a white woman standing nearby, white women standing nearby, and they'll glare at me. But then they're already on their second sample.
Yeah. It's always the entitled white woman that's like, you already got your sample, and she's there for like the fourth time.
But then if I were to do that, I don't go for seconds because, courtesy, I guess.
Yeah.
But if I were to go for seconds, I'm pretty sure I'd get yelled at by someone.
Yeah. One time I went to Costco and I was getting a free sample, and like I guess a bunch of people were waiting, not a bunch of people. I mean, one white lady was waiting. But I was there first, okay? Listen, I know this is so childish, but I fully was there first. Like I walked up to the stand first and I reached out for one, and some lady like fully smacked my hand and went, "Wait your turn." Like, first of all, do not touch me. I will throw hands. Second of all, who are you? Who are you pushing around your little cart? Like, no, I'm a child. I was like, what, 12 at the time? I'm a kid.
Karen.
Yeah, exactly.
This is more, I don't want to say it's off topic, but this is more of its own episode. But what is it with white ladies? You know, can I see your manager kind of thing,
Yep.
where they just harass people in the service sector.
I know. It's because they're so entitled.
These poor college students, high school students, just trying to make their minimum wage.
I know.
Yeah.
All these Karens are like, what's your problem? Also, apparently, sorry, I just burped. A lot of
It's okay, I didn't know.
a lot of white ladies who, because of the whole Karen meme like blowing up, a lot of white ladies have been like protesting against it on Facebook and saying that calling someone Karen is like calling someone the N-word.
Oh no, they didn't.
Yeah, they fully like there's a whole thing about it, and actually the only reason why I know this is because PewDiePie made a video on it. I really can't speak right now, but like, you know how there's like Facebook text posts?
Yeah.
Or like, you know how there's like the minion versions of those text posts?
Yeah.
It's like one of those, but instead of a minion, it's just a cartoon lady, and they're saying that calling someone Karen it's sexist, it's racist, and
Yes.
um,
Period.
it's just a whole bunch of things that don't make sense.
Go off, Karen.
Yeah. How did we get here? Oh, Costco.
I saw this post on Instagram where it was these white ladies where they had, I don't know if it's an edit or not. I hope it's an edit and they didn't really dye their hair like that. But
Oh, I know what you're
there's
talking about.
you know what I'm talking about? That says Karen and then there's a circle and a cross like the no sign.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If think of it this way, you're saying that saying Karen is the equivalent of saying the N-word. Then how come you're able to say Karen?
Exactly. That reminds me of John Mulaney's bit. I can't stop thinking of other things, but like that one clip of John Mulaney, maybe like insert a screenshot here.
Yeah, we should. I will.
But it's like he's
Love John
talking
Mulaney.
about where he wanted to say the word midget on live on TV, and someone goes, "No, saying midget is like saying the N-word," and then they're having an argument about which word is worse, and they're not even saying the N-word, but they're saying midget. I wonder which one is worse.
Midget. Definitely midget.
For sure. But yeah. Oh yeah, also Costco gets feral on like
Oh my god, yeah.
sale time or like Black Friday. Do they have Black Friday? No, not really. But it gets crazy.
I don't understand why. Actually, this is another thing. Why is it that when this I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again about like why is it wrong for Asians to like free stuff? But the thing is, why is it wrong for Asians to like sale when there's Black Friday?
I know.
This is we got really worked up during this intro
Yeah.
disclaimer kind of thing. Trying to calm down a little bit. I was trying to segue into another thing because
Okay.
the title of this video is Crazy Cheap Asians.
Yeah.
Which is, us kind of doing wordplay on Crazy Rich Asians.
Speaking of crazy cheap Asians,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we should probably bring this up. How did Crazy Rich Asians, the movie, make you feel? Because I felt terrible. Watching that made me feel like, wow, I'm gonna be broke forever.
It also reminds me of those stereotypical Asian dramas. The poor girl meets a rich man.
Yeah.
Then they get the envelope.
And then the mother doesn't approve.
Done.
But then again, when does the mother ever approve?
You're never enough.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna insert an image of when Eleanor says that.
Oh my gosh. Bro, that hit me hard.
You will never be enough. That.
Yeah.
I know. What about it?
Even like, well, that movie obviously. Well, actually, I don't know if it's an exaggeration, but I personally do not know any crazy rich Asians like that are just in society. Wow, I just thought of that anime. What's it called? Oran High School Host Club. Wow. Okay. Crazy Rich Asians. I guess that's also part of it, but.
I don't know. Oh, the thing is, I know a few Crazy Rich Asians, but they're not as extravagant as you may see in dramas or in movies.
Yeah.
Although there's this one girl that we go to school with. Sometimes I just notice that the tags on her shirt say "obey" or something.
Oh my god.
Because she's not the type that wears a shirt that says Gucci or Supreme, but you'll just notice that there's a little tag on the side that says Gucci or something.
That's such a flex. When you're like,
I know, when you don't need the logo.
yeah, exactly.
That's how
It's
you
such
know.
a subtle flex that just, it's like classy, you know? Because there's all these hype beasts that are like supreme everything everywhere. And then there's the subtleties that are like
Yeah.
actually classy. Also, I'm very sorry about my birds. They, for some reason, have decided to scream in the background.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It might just be me. I don't know. Because when you said that a motorcycle drove by, did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well. Okay.
Speaking of friends at school, I've
Right.
also noticed a really big difference when I'm hanging out with an Asian group of friends, like going shopping or going out to eat, versus hanging out with my not Asian friends.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Well, in terms of money, it's always, whenever I'm with the Asian friends, it's always, do I buy this? No, it's too expensive. Or like, we've, money is always a big thing, and it's always, I need to get this meal because I'm saving for this, or this is cheaper, let's go here, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's such a big force behind where we go and what we actually do. And then when I'm with my white friends shopping, I always go broke. And I always regret it, but in the moment I don't, which I guess is fine. Yeah, I get influenced really easily when I'm with like a certain group of people. So when I'm with a group of friends that is spending money on their own, then I'll just end up doing it.
Oh, yeah?
So I think whenever I like am broke, I like like hanging out with my Asian friends because they'll help me out with like, if you get this, then you can have money for this, or if you do this, then you'll do that. But then with the white people, it's like, just buy it. Who cares? And I'm like, yeah, who cares?
Oh my god.
But deep down inside, I do care
Oh
because I have no money.
no. Are you okay?
No, I thought we've established this.
I can't.
But yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, who cares? But deep down, I do care. I think you need to talk to someone about your shopping habits.
Oh my gosh, I get it from my mom.
Oh, that reminds me of my neighbor. She's like that. She's always buying clothes. The thing is, I have very limited shopping experiences with friends only because I have strict parents. This is not the episode for this. This is not the episode. But so I don't really have anything to say about shopping with white friends. But at the few times that I have gone out with my Asian friends, actually only happened once. Now that I think about it, just the one time that I went shopping with my Asian friends, when we were about to go get bubble tea, we were like, wait, which place is the cheapest, but also tastes the best? And then we walked all the way around to like the other side of the mall just to get that bubble tea.
Honestly, though, like, doing stuff like that is satisfying because at the end of the day, it's like you saved money, but you still got the most out of it, you know?
Yeah.
But also, when you think about it, it's crazy that we're like teenagers and we're thinking about this. Like, usually it's always the teenagers recklessly spending money and like not caring about consequences. But then there's us that are like, we gotta save money.
Well, if we want to go a little deeper / darker.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh no. I don't know. Ever since I was little, I was always very conscious about money, and I was always afraid of asking my parents to buy things.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is just getting a little dark.
But I mean, I feel like that also has to do with the way that we were raised, you know? Because I remember when I was younger in like elementary school, I was talking about how I really wanted what was it? I wanted like some video game, I think, or I don't
Gamer.
remember. Gamer. But I was talking to I was talking to some boy in my class about it, and he goes, "Just ask your parents for money." And I'm like, "Why would I do that?" And he goes, "Because they'll buy it for you." And I'm like, "I don't want to spend my parents' money." And he said, "Why do you care? It's not your
Oh
money."
my god.
And like all of the other white kids were like, "Yeah, it's not your money. Like, why don't you just ask your parents to buy it?" And I'm like, "Wow, there is such a gap in between." Well, their thoughts and my thoughts, because it's like, wow, he really just said, I don't care. It's my parents' money. I spend it however I want because they give it to me. Damn.
Can't believe you just said that out loud. I know you don't think that way, but that was
Like hearing it.
really weird to hear.
I can be a brat. I can't.
Oh my god.
I really can't.
I mean, it also has to do with the fact that we're not from wealthy families, so
Yeah.
we're a little bit more aware.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Even now, I don't like asking to buy things that I never really.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I avoid it.
Also, like, this is just a personal thing, but like, even I have a friend who he's bought me a bunch of stuff, and just because like we were super close before,
Mhm.
and he's done like bought me food, done all this, and like I feel like one of the first things I'm gonna do when I finally get a job is like pay him a bunch of money because I feel like I owe him a bunch. And even though I know some people who have friend, you know when people are super close and they buy each other a bunch of gifts and stuff,
Mhm.
and then it's always like, oh, like I paid for it, like it's yours now, whatever, whatever. But in my mind, I'm like, I need to pay him back because he's been working since, we were way too young to be working, but he's been working since then. But like
Yeah.
he used that money on me, even though it was his decision, and he always says like, no, like you never have to pay me back. It was my decision. It's like when I get a job, I'm gonna pay him back because it's only fair. And that's just the mindset that I have, you know?
Mhm. I get that. That's very sweet. That was very wholesome. I like that.
And also, like, if I were to buy someone something, I don't expect anything back from them, you know? But then when someone's buying something for me, I have to pay them back, you know?
Yeah, I get that. Oh, I just thought of something. I was thinking about like Asians fighting over the bill.
Yeah, exactly.
God, that's always a very amusing sight.
Yeah. Bro, that actually happened recently because of quarantine. My cousin, he's been like buying food because he still works, I think. He's
Mhm.
been getting food and he always texts me and is like, "Do you guys want anything?" And I always ask my parents first because if they actually want something, then I'll say yes. And
Mhm.
he bought us like ramen or something, and then I was like waiting at the door with money in my hand, and he was trying to put the bag on the door handle so he wouldn't be like I wouldn't be able to give him the money. And it was literally like we didn't even say hi. It was me throwing the money at him
Oh
through the
no.
door and him leaving the bags on the floor in front of the door and then running to the car and leaving. And what happened was he put the food on the floor. I put it inside the door, and he like was trying to leave, so I left the money outside of the door, like cash outside of my house, and he ended up leaving in his car, not taking the money anyway.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, and then I walked in and I was like, he didn't take the money, and my parents got mad. It's always a fight.
He didn't take the money.
He
That was
didn't.
fun. That's weird. Usually you would have some type of drama between family about someone taking your money, and he didn't take the money.
It's always like you see in Western, especially Western TV shows, it's like fighting over the bill in terms of like who has to pay for it. Like rock, paper, scissors for who has to pay for it. And then with Asians, it's like you go to the washroom first so you can pay the bill without anyone realizing.
Oh my god, too real.
And then it's always like, next time I'll pay the bill. It's like, no, next time I will. I will. Oh my god.
There's also this whole thing. I've never really gotten used to. I don't really go out ever, but there's a. I'm pretty sure it's called going Dutch when people split up the bill.
I don't know if there's. I've never heard the term, but.
Oh well, that's what it's called. That's what it's called. At least that's what my mom learned in English school. But there's this. Is it a saying? I'll call it a saying. Called going Dutch, where you split out the bill, and that concept's always been really foreign to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because I don't really go out much. Oh, but I didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
Oh my god.
But the concept's always been really foreign to me because growing up, when you eat with family friends, everyone's always fighting over the bill, or everyone's trying to be like, no, this meal's on me. You don't have to pay me back. I'm like, this is a celebration. Let's just have fun. But then on TV or sometimes just in videos that I see, I'll just see people splitting up the bill by whatever they ordered. For example, if I ordered something, I'm paying for what I ordered, and then just split up the tip. Which sounds like a lot of work.
Honestly, yeah. Too much math. The poor waitress is like, how many bills? Everything separate? Okay. What else in terms of crazy broke Asians? Oh, do your parents have any tricks on being cheap / saving money?
Does
Let's
pretending to leave so that
oh my god. Oh my gosh. Do people do that? Like that aren't Asian? Do they know the tricks?
I saw it one time on an episode of Good Luck Charlie.
Oh my gosh.
And they were by I'm not inserting an image. I don't even know how to that. But I remember when they were buying a car, they were pretending to leave because they didn't want, the dad was telling this PJ that he shouldn't just take whatever offer they give them. They should pretend to think about it, mull it over, and then later they'll give it, and they'll give you a lower price. And then there's also the straightforward Asian way of just saying, is there a discount?
Yeah.
Can I get a discount? Come on. I'll be a frequent shopper here from now on.
I'll come here. I'll tell all my friends about it. You give me a discount.
Please.
Yeah. I feel like people who like do use bargaining methods in Western like settings, it's only for big purchases like cars or something.
Probably. What else? Do you have any other tricks?
I mean, well, there's always the trick of like, I'll go check another store, and they're like, oh no, come back. And then it's always like, in Pacific Mall, whenever I get a new phone case or whatever, they always, because I guess because it's like I'm younger, so they don't really care as much, but they're always like, how much money do you have? And I always subtract $20 from what I actually have. So that's a trick, I guess. I don't know if other people use it, though.
I like that. It's smart for students to use that because it's true. Students are pretty broke most of the time.
Hence our name.
They're fresh off the broke, eh? You. The funniest thing is when people say, "Oh, I saw another store that sold it for cheaper."
Yeah. And then
Like
they're
in,
like, okay, I'll give it to you for that price.
for example, no frills.
Yeah.
Where does no
Yeah.
frills exist? There's no frills is just Canada, right?
I think because the No Name
I'm
brand
gonna
is like,
fact check that.
I think No Name is specific to Canada, and No Name and No Frills are the same company.
Yeah, Canadian chain. Okay, owned by Loblaw.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
The thing is, I don't know. I don't know that many people that use the no frills deal where if you bring in a flyer that advertises a certain product for a cheaper price, that they'll match it. I have not relatives, they're family friends. We're not related. I have family friends that do that. I've done it before. Well, maybe not me, just my parents.
Yeah.
We've done it before.
I'm trying to think if that's like a common thing. I don't know if that's a common thing for non-Asians. I feel like Asians take that to an extreme sometimes,
That's true.
which can be problematic, but
Yeah.
you gotta save money. Honestly.
But the thing is, what it's still seen differently when an Asian does it versus when a white person does it.
Yeah.
For example, panic shopping.
Oh my god. Ugh. Don't even.
Obviously, panic shopping, what people have been doing is insane. But people are still been viewing it differently. For example, if you see some Asian person fighting to get toilet paper versus if you see a white person fighting to get toilet paper, one's gonna get called a bat eater and one's not.
Yeah.
I really went there.
Yeah, especially like there's been so many people coming out with like crazy racist remarks. All of a sudden, like, well, not all of a sudden, but
Brian.
Brian Adams, his whole tweet thing, like, what the hell? First of all, also Trump being like a complete jerk to that reporter.
Why don't you ask China?
And she goes, "Why are you talking to me specifically?" It's like, yeah, he really went there.
And then he just stops the press. Just
Yeah.
stops the press conference. Like a child.
How is he the president? Then again, America is racist.
That's true. Yike.
Honestly, it's like you think that in this day and age, especially where we go to school, it's very open and inclusive, but then in reality, things aren't that progressive outside of our little bubble, you know?
That's true. But the thing is, even if we're talking about our school right now, you know, without exposing our school.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes people are, I mean, I know this is a thing to be fake woke.
Yeah, for sure.
But
That's our school.
I feel like that happens at our school a lot. Because if you think about the multicultural, like, inclusivity club, no one really cares.
Yeah.
But then everyone's always so eager to repost something.
Yeah. It's
online. True. The nice thing about having this podcast is that it's not like when we have our stairwell talk where people might hear us and then we have to shut up.
Yeah, true. We hear a door open and we both just stop talking. Also, if we start crying, it's not like you can see me cry. Both crying silently on the other side of the...
We've been secretly crying every episode.
Yeah.
Haha, funny joke. No, yeah. I don't think I'd be able to hide it through my voice. I think you could. I think you'd be able to tell.
I'd probably be able to tell. I don't know if people listening would be able to tell. We got pretty off topic, but
We were pretty on topic at the same time. We just had
yeah.
our little mini rants in between when we were mad.
Sadly,
It's funny because sorry.
no. Sadly, a lot of those rants will have to be cut out. But yeah.
The thing is, I don't know. I just think it's funny because we plan out what we're gonna say.
Yeah.
We have a general outline. We don't script everything, but then sometimes we'll remember an experience and then we start ranting about it.
Yeah. And it just goes off.
And then you have to cut everything.
It's okay.
Maybe one day if we start a Patreon, we could leave all our rants in there.
Yeah. Pay $5.99 per month and you can hear us talk. Oh, I can't say that.
Okay, well, crazy cheap Asians, guys. Crazy broke Asians.
We're broke.
But that's
TLDR. Wait, no. TLDL, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
At least
TLDL. Our name comes from somewhere.
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in today. Leave a comment about your crazy broke / crazy rich. Oh no. Actually, crazy Asians too. Crazy cheap, crazy broke, crazy rich Asian experience. Let us know if you have any secret tips you want to share.
Ooh.
Help a sister out. You.
Save some money.
Yeah. And rant about coronavirus racism.
Yeah, because
I would love to have that conversation.
Yeah. If you want to find out more about us, we can be found on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, all under Fresh Off the Broke. No spaces, no cap.
No cap.
Follow us for more behind the scenes content, announcements, and other random things we decide to put on there.
See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.